So welcome to Challenge the Road. We're in the P440e that has been kindly lent to us by Land Rover. I've had it for a few days now. Just want to give you a review on this car. But this morning, had to go out, had to help a family member who had been hacked actually. So their email had been hacked and they were worried. I had to go there, change their passwords, ID stuff, etc. But what had happened was I'd actually emailed everyone on the list and people had started paying money over, which is happening more and more, it seems, with this type of sort of cyber crime. And we go on to that around, you know, what's happening with these insurance policies on these, but it seems to be, you know, a thing that's happening a lot more, seems to be more widespread, this hacking of emails, hacking of people's accounts, people sending over money, but also this crime of stealing these cars. But let's just go into this car because I think it's quite exceptional to drive. And I've actually I got my sister to come over with her 2019 and drive it, and she loved it. It's very, very good. This would be a slightly different review because there's no point me going through the boot and all the other bits, because for me it's just how it drives. It drives very well. I wouldn't want the ride any harder than this, and the reason this is riding well is it's on 20-inch alloys, which is what I would go for. I know everyone wants the big 23 Mama Jumma wheels, but all the potholes, the surfaces we're on, I think these in 20-inch are absolutely fine. And my sister's one is on 21-inch, and we did notice a difference in the ride. Driving, it's really good to drive. It feels lighter than the other car, but it feels sportier. It feels very nice, very good. The engine feels less coarse. I've driven it in EV. I've done 60 miles on EV, and then I've also done hybrid drive, and I've used the engine. It's very good. I like the experience in EV. The reason I wanted this car is I just feel hybrids are the way to go. I've got the Taycan as an experiment again because I gave up with EVs. I'm still not convinced on range, but I love the Taycan, so it's a real difficult one. So this is a car, yeah, I would really like, but obviously we know the problems with that, which we'll go into a bit more. I found a few things on this car which I'm going to report back to them. The wireless charging, which is down in here, the phone gets so hot it just turns off. I had it again today. It got very hot and really hot, so I think there's a problem there with that, so I'm going to report that back. I've been using the app and that's been okay, but interestingly today, where I went, I parked up, went into the house, and the app did remind me, it said the car was unlocked, and that's really good, no problems with that. That's my fault. Maybe I was comfortable because it's a house I've been to before. It's way off the beaten track, so I must have just been flapping around and not locked the car. And I got that notification quite quickly, so I was quite happy. Other times I've left it unlocked, it hasn't come back to me that quickly, sometimes 3 or 4 hours later. That may be Wi-Fi, GPS, whatever with the app, but otherwise it's a very useful app. It gave me all my journeys. There's quite a lot of nice data there. Brakes are very good. I hate it when brakes are poor, but because I haven't really been noticing the brakes, it means that they're perfect. And that's with regen on as well. It's no problem at all. The Taycan I really liked at first, but sometimes I just get a bit of, I don't know, inertia or something with them that makes it just feel a little bit, not sure. Acceleration, I don't know if it is quicker. I'd have to look at the times, but it definitely feels a bit quicker than the 400, the P400. It feels quicker. We just go along here, but it feels a big car like they do because this is a Range Rover, but it does feel agile. We're just come into some bends here, and it feels, the suspension feels what I would say more together. It's very good through there. These seats are this new leather and fabric, and it feels very nice. It feels very comfortable. I'd like to be able to sit a bit lower, but it doesn't. I don't think it goes any lower, but I am going to check that. So I feel very high up. It feels very plush. It feels a prestigious vehicle, which we know it is. Only other thing is this gear lever here. Sometimes it doesn't seem to go into reverse, and it might just be me using it too quickly, or I need to be slower. Maybe because I'm in a Range Rover, I need to just be slower with that. Interface is brilliant. I struggled a bit with phone signal, and I don't know if I'm going back to that wireless charger. It should give me better signal. I'm not finding that. I'm getting cut off a little bit in here, but these are things I can report back. This mirror, interesting. So this mirror has got a camera, and when I first had it, and I've got it on now, very distracting, and it took me a little while, and I worked out that I just flick it and then it goes back to normal, which is how I've been using the car. But it could be useful, I don't know, it could be useful if I wanted to use it that way. But so many screens now. I was looking up there, looking here, and I was thinking, oh god, you know, I think I'll just stick with just as it was, but could be a useful feature. In the back is very comfortable, lots of room. I like this colour, I like this green, obviously. I like this spec. So let's get to that. So this car at the moment is about 140,000 new, and a P400 is about 50,000. So if you're upgrading, you've got to think, are you getting more? You're definitely getting more, because I definitely think it's better to drive. I think the engine's smoother, the interior is much nicer, very clear, very easy to use. I like that it's, you know, got on-off buttons here. It hasn't gone all touchscreen, and I think that's a good thing. And I think for the owners of Land Rovers, it's very nice. I found it quite a big car, and I don't know if it's wider than the other one. It might not be. I need to check that. But it does feel quite big. But the more I'm driving it, the more I'm really quite confident with it. So I don't feel like the country lanes and that are a problem. I think it's just me just judging on there. Charging's been good, and I say it's got 60 miles of battery, which is really nice. Other thing is, just listen to these. Everything's got a nice sound, like the Taycan. A lot of cars these days have really annoying noises, really annoying. This is really good. The only problem is, it's not a bad problem, but when you reverse or you use the, 1 second through there, obviously the beeping for the reverse, or if it's got front sensors as well, it sounds like I've got a run when I'm carp fishing, and every time I hear it I keep thinking, oh, I really want to go fishing now. We go down here and we reverse somewhere and have a look. It's got loads of cameras, and they're really good. Like my Taycan one is always a bit of a problem with mud and everything, but these seem to be really good. I don't know if they're higher up or in a better position, but they seem really functional, correct. I haven't seen anything in this infotainment that I'm like think, oh, that shouldn't be there or should be there. It's really nice. The stereo's very good. If you listen, it's very quiet, very similar to, you know, the Rolls Royce I had. The ride is very good. So if we just head down here, and then what we do, we'll see if we can get these sensors. But let's just talk about you know, what's happening. You know, I put out a video about that I wasn't that happy and different bits, and in fairness, JLR have come back to me today. You know, I'm still not that happy. I think that, you know, I really want to have correct information, and I know some people are commenting saying, oh, you know, potentially ruining JLR and all this. It's rubbish. You know, I want JLR to do well. I'm in this car. This is a great car. The car is at the moment, the driving of the car is not the problem. The problem is the security of the car. But we have other issues in that, you know, it's a car people want to steal. So that creates a problem, and maybe sometimes, you know, whatever you do, they're still trying to steal it, so you've got to try and keep ahead. And being in it, it feels very prestigious. I'm trying to think of cars that would be similar. It would probably have to be Rolls-Royce Cullinan, which is, again, you know, one a week of them is being stolen. There's probably not that many made. It's a very highly stolen vehicle. I was just frustrated because I was thinking about getting one of these, and then I rung my insurance and I said, look, P4, and they just, before you start, Richard, we don't want to be insuring Range Rovers, which was a bit of a shock to me, really, because I've got a good relationship with them. It's not, and they said it would affect my other car policies and my other premiums, so I didn't want to do that, and that was frustrating. And then you're seeing a lot of press now, obviously, on insurance, whether that's right or wrong, I don't know. People can make up stuff, people can do stuff, especially in the media, and what's crazy for us is that things can go out that are wrong, and it seems like there's hardly ever any reaction to it until it's too late and the fines are too small, in my view. But everything I've tried to do and put to you has been, well, as it is, really. That's as it was. That was the call I done. They said there's only one insurer left for them for Range Rover. They'd prefer I didn't have one. I would prefer to have one, so it's a bit frustrating. Let's just go up here and we'll try and find somewhere to try these sensors. This is a very bumpy road here, and yet it just feels a lovely place to be. We've got the fridge back as well, which I like. Heated seats are really heated front screen. That's something I had on the Fords, on the van. I really like that idea as well. That's really brilliant, and I was using actually that this morning. It was really cold this morning, really icy. The look of the car, it's interesting, because I'll probably put up a picture of my car and the other Range Rover, the 19 plate. Doesn't seem a lot in it, but it's just, obviously this is just a little bit more modern, and it does look really smart, as they did before. Let's just pull up in here and we'll see, because one thing it has been doing, and I assume it's just a setting, is it keeps going off all the time. Hold on, would you believe that? Where we're turning in, they're turning in. It's amazing, you do a video and everyone wants to do the same thing. Right, let's just come in here and let's just reverse. So let's come in here, let's reverse. So that beeping, lovely sound, isn't it? When you come up here, if we just reverse in here, as if we're gonna crash. Hear that? That's like a run from a Delkim, and it makes me want to go fishing. But going back to the main point, some nice corners here actually. The call with JLR, I've sent them a plan. I said the only way I can see is that they really need to back their own policy more, because if I don't think I'm hugely vulnerable where I am, but it may be where I'm travelling. I don't know how they do stuff. I'm not an insurance company. And actually I rung the insurance for a reason, not just for a thing. I said, could I do like a friends and family or CTR thing that people could get a better deal? That's actually why I rung them. And they said, Richard, there's just no way for me to set up an insurance company, because I think, from what I'm seeing from the comments, everyone's doing a lot to secure the car, but it's making no difference to the insurance. Like I was saying to them, so if I add this, Richard, makes no difference. You need to have an S5, I think it's a Tracker Pro. That's what we recommend, that's it. And it just seems a bit frustrating, because there are some good aftermarket products that people are putting on that are helping with these vehicles. And the frustration was that we were trying to help as a channel. We were sort of saying, well, we need to do this, we need to get these enhancements done, we need to double lock, we need to, I go in now and keep bloody double locking everything and thinking where the keys are, but we have done quite a lot so far. So yeah, I was a little bit frustrated, but this as a car it's a superb car. Really good, and I think that with all the problems we've got with EVs, this is a real sweet spot. 60 miles is a lovely amount, and you've got fuel backup. 32 miles to the gallon. I think we got about 460 miles with petrol and electric when it was full. I'm actually going to go on a long trip with this next week just to give it a real good run and see. But yeah, otherwise it's a really good vehicle, and if you have one of these and you can get a good insurance price, I think it's a fabulous car. So yeah, please like, share, subscribe. Hope you enjoy these videos, and I'll see you again soon.